This was no ordinary excavation. Millions of cubic meters of earth were moved by hand to create the massive embankments of the West Baray.
More than 1,000 years ago, there is an amazing civilization in Cambodia, in Angkor. They build amazing water engineering. It is so incredible and very advanced engineering. It's called Baray, or the largest ancient reservoir in the world. And there is a canals. Is one of the great water engineering in the human history before the Industrial Revolution. So one time there were more than 1,000 kilometers of canals is connected with Baray, a reservoir, and ponds and everywhere linked around the whole area. Guy, if you don't know me yet, this is Kim, History Channel in Cambodia. Also, I'm a senior tour guide in Angkor and expertise in alpine track as well. So if you feel like this is like a great knowledge to share, things to the world, please hit the like button to subscribe the channel. You can imagine there were nearly 1 million people live here back in 1,000 years ago, which is the same time in London only 50,000, and Paris in the same time used to build Notre Dame. It was only 100,000 people, but there were nearly 1 million people in Cambodia. One times in 1,000 years ago in Angkor, one of the largest empire in Southeast Asia, and their territory is spread to the sea up to the south, and all part of Laos and Thailand and modern Vietnam used to be part of Angkor Empire. You can imagine, and they could build incredible monuments, very advanced technique. They can build 37-year Angkor Wat, one of the great wonder of the world. Angkor Wat is just incredible. It's just one of the masterpiece, one of the astonishing sight on earth back in the old time, even this modern day. And Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom, just one small tiny pieces of the temple itself. It was like nearly 4,000 temple get across the empire, the entire of the empire, and there were 200 temples built in the same time in the same area. Is in Angkor, it's like 3,000 to 4,000 square kilometers with all the canals and reservoir and temple buildings and rest house and school and hospital. And some temple we built were honor to his mother, some for his parents, for a god, and honor to people themselves. So everybody had been traveled from other part of the country and joined the labor. You can imagine nearly 1 million people live here. You can imagine how many laborers. There were 200,000 to 300,000 people who used to be a labor, and they were pretty skilled as well. And one largest reservoir took 50 years. It's called Western Baray. Western Baray is like 8 kilometers by 2.2 kilometers, pretty near to Siem Reap today, and also one of the very still modern day function of water to the rice paddy field. This is one of the phenomenal, this is one of the great wonder of the world beside Angkor Wat. It's dug by hand. It take nearly 50 years, with 200,000 men has been dug, and also using the labor to collect all the dirt in surrounding area between 3 to 5 meter height of the embankment or the dam, in order to storing a water with 56 million cubic meter of water in one reservoir. This is called West Baray, and to the east of Angkor Wat they call Eastern Baray. It's about 7 kilometers by 2 kilometers, one of the second largest reservoir, and it's supposed to be 36 million cubic meters inside the Eastern Baray. And another Baray to the north is called Chaya Tadaka. It can be 5 million to 10 million cubic meters. The site is 3.6 kilometers by 930 meters wide. This is the last ancient reservoir by King Jayavarman VII, one of the great king back in Angkor times. And very first reservoir is called Indra Tadaka. You know, the site is 3.8 kilometer by 800 meters. It's contained with 5 million cubic meter of water inside the reservoir. So this 4 or 5 largest ancient reservoir, it can be almost hundreds million cubic of water were contained in the all reservoir to support to the rice paddy field. So we possibly to get 3 crops of rice per year. So it definitely could support the entire empire and build our temple. In the quarry, it's just like 50 kilometers to the northeast of Phnom Kulen. Is where the quarries are, and a lot of thousand and thousand elephants supposed to be a labor to bring all the stone from the quarry down to Angkor by the river or canal as well during the monsoon times. So this is incredible and advanced project of the ancient king. You can imagine 1 million people live here, and we were honor and build temple for Shiva, for Vishnu, for Buddha. So this is like incredibly amazing. And to the south, not too far from here, just like 20 kilometers to the south of Siem Reap or Angkor, there is a lake, you know. So the lake is like more than 100 kilometers long, like 35 kilometers wide, and a lot of fish, which is usually Cambodia using fish considered a main dish. So it's supporting the empire back then. So we have rice paddy field, fish, and we have stone quarry. So empire was started from 880s to 1431, which is amazing empire in Southeast Asia. This is incredible, guys. So we're gonna continue for the next episodes. So guys, thanks for watching. We see you in the next videos. Peace.